when I have time, I can't really schedule them. They're going to be few and far between. But they're probably going to be retro based. So if anybody's ever interested in seeing that, you're up in the middle of the night or something, keep an eye out, because I might be doing some of that stuff. Alright, let's go to... Let's go to Horse Song, get the baby. Ah, gotcha. 1 a.m. I'm in the U.S., but I keep really odd times because...
traveling with you, Haravius.
Nice of you to say that. I was on the road alone for years, and I'm happy to have company for a change.
My part of the country has a saying about Orlans. Face of skin, let him in. Face of hair, best beware. But you're more like a skin-faced Orlan.
Are you fucking kidding me? Well, my tribe has a saying, head of brunette, they're all set. Head of blonde says everything wrong.
Wait, was that bad? I meant it as a compliment.
He is making a convincing argument to, like, stick around his Hiravias. Alright, let's see, baby. Glenfathan home. A baby would be in a home. Yeah, anyway, I'm in the States, but I actually work from home and I work in the middle of the night. Because it's quieter. I live in a noisy neighborhood. So I do my work at night, and then I end up sleeping during the day. So this is actually the last thing I do before sleep, pretty much. This is how I wind down my day. Oh, it's a crib. An Orlan baby lies in the crib, tiny and dark-furred. Though her eyes are closed with sleep, she squirms under the blanket and nuzzles the pillow. Let's take the baby. Alright, deliver the baby to Bloodstands or Trick. Let's take care of this dude. Wait a minute. What's this all about? Laras's weapon is drawn, his eyes burn with anger. He looks more like his father than ever. I knew my father was a soulless beast, but you... I wonder if I was supposed to poison this dude first. He snarls, showing you a row of white but crooked teeth. My father's right about one thing. I can't trust Nestamir's words. I was just going to take her someplace safe. Not a chance, Estremor. Okay, wait a minute. Yep, I did this in the wrong order. Did this in the wrong order. Oh, I did it right. So even if I poison his dad first and I come back for the baby after, that's not going to do anything. So I have to kill this dude. Okay. Take Vela. Alright. Buddy, you have to die so that I can have a baby. There's times you just gotta kill a guy. And this is the first time I've kidnapped a baby on stream. I feel like I should do this right. Alright, my first fight in the last... How long have I been streaming? 3 hours? Jeez. Up, mage. Or Cypher, that's probably even worse. Let's dominate this warrior. Maybe. Tobias, are you doing anything? Let's do your storm ability. Liquid, you're kind of like stuck there. You guys are being really wonky today. Dragon's Maw Shield. Also bound upgrades are completed. Grants Bash and grants Dragon's Breath. What's Dragon's Breath? One time per rest area of effect. Burn damage and a cone. I have to remember he has that. And he has Bash. Alright, sweet. What weapon am I using? The Barbarian's currently using a Greatsword. He is using a Soulbound Greatsword. I forget the name of it. But I actually like it because it kills vessels. It has like a 25% chance to kill vessel enemies in one hit. Saint Dwin's Redeemer. That level is soulbound. Be revived 5 times during combat. Yeah, he doesn't die that often.
Hey.
I'll have to remember that right now I got Pelagina and she can actually revive him if he dies.
Of course.
So on the off chance he does die.
Hey.
Could be worse. I could be waiting for a deer to die. That never happens. If a deer dies, there's something bad happening. Alright, that other dude was back in the other district that I was just in, I believe. I guess I can't exit out that way. We'll go this way then. It's the right thing to do. Alright, he was hanging out up here in the Hall of Warriors. I'm kind of wondering how I'm going to poison this dude anyway, like... I'm assuming I'm not just going to walk up to him and be like, hey, drink this.
Ready, Watcher. Sure.
Here's a potion you asked for. He looks from the vial in your hand back to you. Something's wrong. What are you trying to give me? Oh man, it's another resolve check I can't pass. This is distilled essence, really. He rushes at you with a cry of rage. I had a feeling, and that's why I moved Sagani and Grieving Mother before I talked to him. Oh man, there's a lot of guys. Okay, let's see. We got a Simok. We got Stelgars. We've got a Wilder Woman. A Warrioress. More Wild Women and Warrioresses. And a First Blade. I don't see anything that looks like a mage at the moment. Alright, Itamok, you tie up with them. You're gonna try to shoot arrows over here, but probably get messed up. Grieving Mother. What fun thing can I do with you here? Silent Scream. That looks fun. I don't remember if I tried that the other day. Adir, get up here and tank. Liquid, just start slashing things. You're good at that. Hiravias. Ooh, my party's not very well rested for this. That could be a problem. Shapeshift.
I'm here.
Just start cutting things up. Oh yeah, this ain't good. This is not good at all. I may have to rest before this. Liquid, don't die. Hiravias, I think you're dead no matter what I do here. Pelagina, heal yourself. Hiravias, you have a potion maybe? Apparently not. Oh, that's right, you can't use one because you're currently a Stelgar. Oh man, oh man. Man, oh man. Where the heck are you even at, Liquid? Poor Itamok is being hit by like 18 different dudes down there. Liquid, do I have a good potion for you? Major regen. Merciless gaze power. I ain't gonna heal you fast enough, but we're desperate here. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, you Savage Defiance, you're getting ready to do that anyway. Adir, go into defensive mode. Pelagina, lay on hands on yourself, but you're probably not going to do it in time. Grieving Mother, I think you're dead no matter what I do. Eye Strike, target blinded foe, blinded AoE. Mind Wave, target prone, foe AoE. Ooh, that's got a big range to it. Oh, okay, that's a cone kind of thing. You're not going to hit this in time, but try it. Yep, Hiravias is down. Oh wait, you're sitting there, you don't have anybody by you. Go ahead and use your crossbow. Anything here like close to death, maybe? Yeah, go do something, Spirit. Pelagina, you're somehow alive. Let's, where are you at? I could fix this. Hiravias, where the heck are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. Sworn enemies, Simok. Scotty, kill this guy. He's almost dead. I see a light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe Liquid just died. Maybe not. Okay, back up. Arrows. Go after Simok. He's nearly dead. Adir. Get that Stelgar. This might be you, buddy. Target hobbled. Puppet Master. Target dominated. Target burn damage. Soul Ignition. I've used that before. I'm desperate. Go for it.
Hey,
Itamok, I have no idea how the hell you're still alive right now. Quest completed. Sacrificial bloodlines. I don't think we're done yet. Okay, Grieving Mother, get the hell back. Scani. What here's nearly dead? Anything? Go for Stelgar. Pelagina. Everything around you's dead. Take a moment. Revive. Liquid. Adir. Start getting after some stuff down here. Block things off. Grieving Mother, just keep targeting things from distance. Nice. Adir, get down here. I'm gonna make this work. Get that.
hey.
Liquid. Get down here and start kicking ass. Pelagina. Flames of Devotion. Get him. Itamok, you've come back to life, I think, or you just didn't die yet. Let's mark him. The deer move over slightly. There we go. Alright, Pelagina. Don't know if you can get to anything from where you're at. Shoot things.
Thing isn't doing the job.
Oh. Ah, we got this. Grieving Mother, you got anything fun you can do? Pelagina, get down here, melee. Grieving Mother, get out of the way. Pelagina, get down here. You can't. There you go. Flames of Devotion, get rid of this guy. Everybody kill this one. Whew. Alright, let's loot everything. I am utterly shocked I survived that. Alright, well, I don't think anybody has to worry about the 3 tusks anymore.
All right, then.
Exceptional hatchet, fine mace. Fine. Let's see what this is. Thigh clef. It's a large shield. Deflection, 16, 8. 10% of incoming crits converted to hits. That's not as good as what Adir has, and Adir's the only one that uses a shield. Take all that. Save it. Good God, save it. Take your mead. What do we got here? The Doty Burglar. Be a book for later. The Ethic Knoll. Book for later. Money. It's not enough that I killed you. I'm going to take your rice, too.
Let's see this stubborn bastard. It's done. I've got this. It's done.
Hey,
Alright. I got a lot of money and a baby. I'm set. Thank you, Sunniv, thank you. Wasn't pretty, but I did it. Alright, so let's go check out another district. Actually, is there anything going on at the stronghold I need to worry about? Nope. Exactly. One of the stream's many mottos. Let's go to Old Song. Mind your pass, Estromar. The guided compass trusts easily, but I don't. How does one get to the burial isle? Guard frowns, studying you a moment. It is not customary for Estromorn to seek it. They have little understanding of its significance. But for those who would pay respects, Dorval will ferry them across. He embarks out of the docks in Old Song. Walk away. Baby. Yeah, you just stay there in the stash with all the keys. What's this up here?
We can't stay down here. Someone must go to the nest eventually.
Two wood elves, a man and a woman, wear colorful robes embroidered with a matching emblem, a winged egg. Apart from their clothing, they couldn't be more different. She folds her arms and continually scowls at the broken walls around them. He, on the other hand, mutters prayers, his shade-dappled face as tranquil as a cloudless sky.
Just how are we supposed to worship the Sky Mother from among the weeds, This is a disgrace.
Calm yourself. We should be grateful that she protected us from the winged terror. Besides, even here we have a visitor.
What's this winged terror you speak of?
A dragon. One that has taken up residence in the nest, the true temple of Helia, and slain many of her faithful. And one which Anuin has been in favor of killing from the beginning.
Wouldn't happen to be a sky dragon, would it? Because one of the requirements for one of my soulbound items is to kill a sky dragon.
But no, you advised caution. Now word spread that the dragon
Excuse
ate
me.
a few of our followers, and anyone willing to slay it wants an Anumphos ransom for the job.
I told you a larger party wouldn't stand a chance. By the time the first half reached the top of the mountain, the second half would still be stuck in the pass. It'd be burned alive. Contrary to Anuin's suggestion, I am in favor of sending someone to kill the dragon. But I suggest a smaller party, and one willing to seek Helia's blessing.
I could go after this dragon.
You could.
What she means is that this is no mere drake, but a fully grown dragon, and one that has willingly moved into a populated area. You'll want every advantage at your disposal, including the blessing of the Sky Mother herself. I would suggest that you petition her directly at Ter Evron, if you haven't already.
She points to a path on the right leading north and up a slope. You'd want to follow this path here. You'll pass through the north well, but the way up the mountain continues from there. It's near one of those big circles laid by the builders. Let me ask you something else. Don't kill the bird dragon, you meanie. Bird dragon is cool. I shall confront this bird dragon. Judge for myself its coolness. Language is also sacred to our goddess, something else you wish to speak of. If it's a cute dragon, I may leave it alone. Like if it's got feathers or something. I have questions about the dragon. Has this sort of thing happened before? Do you get bird dragons here often? Never, or our order would have started to resemble the Fangs a long time ago. Perhaps there's a reason this has happened now. She scowls. Let us be clear. You suggest that there's some misdeed in our midst. After that we've committed a crime against our goddess or some other and received our just punishment. Onwin, please. He lays a hand on her shoulder. She shakes his hand off. I don't know why these things happen, why our own mother goddess allowed scores of her followers to perish among flames. She narrows her eyes, speaking between her teeth. And if you ever discover why, I invite you to come back and tell the rest of us. How did the dragon come to be here? With a great beating of wings and a fiery roar, who knows why those beasts come and go? It's here, and that's what matters. If you're asking why this has happened, only the gods know. I suspect it's a test of faith from Hylia herself, but who can say? Well said, Herodias interrupts with a chuckle. These two have a little bit of whale in them. He breathes in deeply, smiling as if awash in the smell of baked goods. This is a mystical playground controlled by unknowable deities. There are so many other things to worry about than the how and why of, well, anything. When did Dragon first show up? He looks skyward, thinking. It was several weeks ago. The creature cloaked the sky like a thundercloud and descended upon all of us at once. There was no warning. Can you tell me anything else about the dragon? She opens her mouth, a crooked sneer on her face, but seems to think better of whatever she was about to say. After a pause, she says nothing. You'd like to be fed to the dragon? Is that what you were going to say? That's all I wanted to know about the dragon. This is the Temple of Hylia?
You hear this, Wag?
Relax, Anouin. I'm sure he meant nothing by it. Forgive my consort. She's been rather excitable of late. This is not, as you seem to recognize, our actual temple. It's merely a shrine we've set up after the business with Dragon.
I'd like to know more about Hylia.
Why, she's the goddess of song, art, the sky, and maternity. She's gentle and brilliant, speaking to her followers in dreams, inspiration, and birdsong. It is said that she wears a cloak adorned with a feather from every bird known to Kith or Wilder, and that she manifests in the flocks themselves.
Okay, she sounds cool.
Aye, and in the screams of childbearing, which I can assure you is not so beauteous a thing.
This is true, which is why midwives are widely considered clergy of Hylia, as are many artists and poets. In any case, those of us who follow her feel closest to her splendor in a place where we might share light, song, and a view of the blessed sky.
Goodbye. Solid iron bars block a dark passage. They don't budge, and there doesn't appear to be any mechanism for raising them from the outside. That leads to Northwell, Temple of Hylia. Up. That was a bunch of people on torture racks. Lockpicks. Gets any colder, I'm not sure I'll be able to find myself next time nature calls. That could be a problem. Noon frost, what's this? Oh, I like the floor in this place. Pale Elf searches you with ice blue eyes. She shifts and knits her fingers together. Welcome to Noon Frost. Most of the temple is currently closed for sacred ceremonies to Rimmergand. She forces a smile and waves to the eastern doorway. The shrine is to your right. You're welcome to make your offerings to Rimmergand there, but the rest of the temple is off limits. Tell me about Rimmergand. She squints at you. Are you also from the White That Wends? How is it you don't know Rimmergand? I've taken a lot of blows to the head. He's a god of cold, entropy, and collapse. Many see him as a harsh god, but few recognize that he also gives life in his own way. All things wind to a merciful end in his shadow, only to feed creation elsewhere. She frowns, gnawing her lip. But he is a silent god, and his ways are mysterious. To follow him is to accept inevitability without explanation. In this matter, and in the legacy, it seems the gods are often silent when we most crave guidance. Her eyes dart between the two doors on either side of the room, if that's all. Why is most of the temple closed? As I said, we're in the middle of sacred ceremonies. She enunciates carefully. They're rather complex, and we don't permit outsiders to witness them. She glances at the elves over her shoulder. Others of my clan get rather touchy about them, which is why you should visit the shrine and take your leave. What are you doing here? My clan journeyed from the White That Wends to pay homage to Rimmergand here at Noonfrost. We learned that this place had been abandoned for several years, and we felt it our duty to tend to one of our god's oldest temples. She rolls her shoulders back. It's been a long journey, but Rimmergand demands endurance. No doubt he will reward us for ours. I hope it is. Goodbye. Pale Elf Vanquisher. Alright, she said the right door. Her eyes are closed and her lips form a silent prayer. It's a very big area. Hold Wanderer. Venturing beyond all doors is forbidden. Do not trespass against our will. Okay. What about doorways? Does that count? Each line and wrinkle of this warrior's weather-beaten frown has been chiseled from the ice.
Let's see this stubborn bastard. It's done.
Blue crystal key. I know they got a name that I can't pronounce without getting myself tongue-tied. I'll take that key. Actually, wait a minute. Why am I not taking the gems? I'll just hold on to that key for the moment. The water of this well is frozen solid, trapping small fish from the lake underneath the temple. Refracted light dapples the icy mirror behind this statue. I'm not going in. Calm down. I see a door. I'm not going through it. Turn back and do not cross any doors. The hall beyond us belong to Rimmergand and his faithful. Can I see what you guys are reading? The pages of this tome glisten under a thick layer of frost. And there's a door there. Alright. I'll hold off on the doors for the moment, just in case I gotta come back here for some reason. Skane, yeah. I remember meeting some followers of Skane a while back. Yeah. We parted on good terms. We parted on good terms. Actually, I think I tripped and accidentally killed them all.
What brings you here?
A thin, ragged man stands waiting on the barge, leaning on the oar. A smile of greeting splits his weathered features. It has been a very long time since an outsider sought passage to the burial isle. What is this burial isle? It is a sacred place, for it sits upon the great works of the builders. There, by our ancestors, all our animfasts are laid to rest. If you go there, my friend, it is not a place where the living to walk. Is it dangerous? Dorval nods solemnly. Those I bring to the island return the same way, or else not at all. It is home only to the dead. Spirits, shades of the builders remain and watch over our Anamfatha. They are bound to the island and protect it fiercely. Farewell. For now. Yeah. They went on vacation. Channel enemies' thoughts and thus command their mind. Do you understand? No. You can't lie to a mind hunter, but at least pretend to humor me a little, would you? No one to please, no crowd to inspire, no furry maiden's kiss to spark my song's fire. What wouldn't I give for the old days to return?
What brings you here?
Salutations, Estremor, the Orland chirps in a sing-song voice. I am known as Delum, chanter of old song. I trust you're enjoying the beauty of this sacred place. What can you tell me of this place? Old Song is a sacred site home to many of the builders' finest works. Galawain's Maw, Helia's Temple, and Rimmergan's Temple, known as Noonfrost, can be found here. He looks you up and down with a smile. Visitors are a rare sight in Old Song. Whatever it is that brought you here, be thankful you have the privilege to see this place with your own eyes. Are you the resident entertainer? I sing to entertain Old Song's visitors, but alas, the crowds have thinned into little more than a trickle. Chill wind from Rimmergan's Temple is driving people away. Now I sing, but nobody listens. My music is without purpose. Why don't you, go to a different place? But I know of a solution, a way for me to make my songs warm and passionate, countering Rimmergan's incessant chill. The Orland smiles and reaches out with a grasping motion. All I need are a few rare songbirds. I could eat them and absorb their musical energy. With that kind of musical prowess in my soul, I could sing a song that would bring back the merry crowds. I don't know if that would work or not in this world. You want to eat the songbirds. I don't think it works that way. The Orland stares at you, dumbfounded, before rolling his eyes and lecturing you. Eating the muscles of animal makes you stronger, right? And if you consume green stalks, do you not take on their pungent smell, even down to the water you pass? He smiles, pleased with his reasoning. Just as one cannot sweat if one is parched, I cannot sing without a nourished soul. It's all very basic. Did your parents teach you nothing of the food dropping cycle? Quick solution to this quest. Go to the two priests, talk to them, and return to him. This solves the quest instantly and avoids dumb stuff. Yeah, I was sitting here thinking that's probably what that bird was for. Okay, but here's the thing. My barbarian is a man of nature. He is
And
a
I
hunter.
thought my mother-in-law's house was ominous.
He's a hunter. And he appreciates nature. Listen, I already have a special reward. I have a baby in my inventory. It's a special little bundle of joy. Can this reward possibly be more special than a babe?
Many blessings, traveler. Hail, Estramor.
Why, she's the goddess of song.
I in a
This is...
I need to accept this quest first, okay. Which one of you was the first one to recommend me kidnapping this child, though? Because that was pretty good advice. I feel much happier in love now. Heck was he? I was down here, wasn't he? Oh.
Many blessings, traveler.
Still looking for those rare birds? Indeed, my voice is still tired, my heart still aches for inspiration. Lyrical souls of the finest birds would make a fine muse, morsel, and medicine. I'll help you acquire the birds. Delim's eyes widen with delight. Splendid, he exclaims with clapping hands. For my song to be pitch perfect, I will need a tium, a bird often found throughout twin elms, often in high tree nests, but some have been domesticated. I'll also need a shardwing. Shardwings prefer to nest in Aegir formations, suits their natural camouflage best. Oh, most importantly, if I plan on hitting those high notes, I'm going to need a cloud singer. Those little warbles can only be found in the highest mountain peaks. Many thanks, Estramor. Bring me these birds and I'll sing like Halia herself. Why don't I just bring them like the bird dragon? It would take care of two problems with... It would kill two birds with one stone. Eh?
Hail, Estramor.
A chanter named Delim told me he could restore this district with his songs if I found some exotic birds for him to eat. She sneers. And if he told you that you could jump off Madmar Bridge and sprout wings, would you believe that too? It's a foolish superstition and nothing more. The Queen of the Birds blesses us with her attendance so that we can hear their songs, not eat their flesh. Or do people from the White That Wins eat their teachers? Come to think of it, I can't imagine there's much else to eat out there. Gotta do what you gotta do. Language is also sacred to our goddess. Something else you wish to speak of? Goodbye.
Many blessings, traveler.
I have spoken with Onwin, and he informs me you're chasing a mere superstition with these songbirds. I was skeptical at first, but after consulting an expert, I've decided that eating birds does not give you the ability to sing better. What? Onwin said that. Delim's jaw clenches shut, as he folds his arms with a huff. But what of all the other chanters that told me otherwise? I'm sure that every chanter that told you this story also dreamed of a quick and easy path to excellence. Delim frowns but nods at you, his body slumping. Guess it does sound like wishful thinking when you put it that way. He lets out a long sigh that ends with a shrug. Thank you for setting me straight on this. I feel silly for having asked in the first place. You should. Thank you, my friend. I don't need rare songbirds. I just need to find some inspiration from within. He bows to you with a pained smile. If you'll pardon me, I should stop delaying and write a new song. The Waxmaker Attic. Quest expires in 2 days. What is the Waxmaker? In the southern Adir province of Maghanan, the wizard and inventor Galef spent decades creating devices that can mimic magical effects and properties. His fellow wizards viewed Galef's work with disdain, but one area of research intrigued even the elitists, the device that could replicate entire magical objects. The key to Galef's research was an enchanted mold. When Galef died of old age, his remote workshop was eventually plundered by southern barbarians who had been sacking the province for years. All his work was believed to have been lost. Recently, an anonymous patron had been inquiring across the Eastern Reach for aid in recovering some of Galef's research notes, using these that were discovered by unknown means. Well, Manaha, you can do that. Excuse me. Pick some flowers. Hunter gives you a stiff nod. Galawain is a god of both hunter and prey. What's this place? Galawain's Maw. Viscous liquid gives off a sharp metallic odor. The enemy won't wait. I didn't see that. The toll's too large, or are you eager to sacrifice your own for a paint first blade? Oh man, if I get into a fight in here, there's gonna be a lot of guys to
Arensi
kill.
has no right to defend that cowering cat in the back of the maw.
Then track her down and tell her yourself.
Will you hold still? I'm trying to talk to you.
This is no place for sightseeing, even for you. The beasts of Galawain's Maw are dangerous, and now more than ever.
What's wrong with the beasts?
They won't fight.
What's wrong with that?
It is not Galawain's way, and it is not the way of the Maw.
Maw has always been home to one great predator. Every so often a challenger comes along and the two battle for territory. But Sol remains in her den, and Ornos can't confront her there. Now two mighty predators and their kin hunt from the same stock. It's thinning the herds and it's thinning patience around here too. Resumes his pacing. And this waiting is not the deliberate, watchful waiting of a hunter lying in ambush. It's stagnation, tedium, hoping for something to happen. He clenches his hands into his fist. But I'm powerless to act. One half of the fangs will cry favoritism if we try to drag Linus out myself. I want to know about the two predators. There's never been a more cunning hunter in Sol, but some say she's losing her edge. Ornos, on the other hand, is all edge, and many of our number think he's a rightful successor. His fingers drum a restless rhythm on his thigh. Blood simmering. It's going to boil over if a little doesn't spill soon. Would you favor Sol or Ornos? He frowns. I see both sides. Sol's cunning is unmatched, but Ornos is the mightier of the two. Both embody traits prized by Galawain. I'm an unbiased outsider, I could look into it. And a cunning one from looks of you. He scratches his cheek. No harm in letting you try, I suppose. Anything's better than this endless waiting. If If you could somehow bring this to a resolution, these tensions will end. If not, he grins, the beast will make short work of you. He gives you a heavy iron key. We don't normally permit outsiders to venture into the maw, but you understand that you do so at your own risk, and Soul's lions are likely to attack intruders in sight. Still, perhaps you can coax her into fighting the bear. Do whatever you can to end this stalemate. Let's talk about something else. Such as, this is Galawain's maw?
Yes, a den of beasts sacred to the Lord of the Hunt himself. Historically, the greatest predator of Aer Glanfath has claimed the back of the maw as its lair. Lately, however, there's been some dispute as to who should occupy that position. And it's leading to discord among our hunters.
Something else, I prefer action to talk, but I'll answer your questions as best as I can. Tell me about yourself. I'm the leader of the Fangs. We're an order of hunters and warriors devoted to Galawain, and we see that the places of the builders remain pure. Not truly a tribe, but we do gather and argue like one. Our members come from all of the tribes, but most of us were born three-tusked Stilgar, Fisher Crane, and Keepers of the Stone, naturally. Where could I find Soul? Straight at the back of the maw. He points down the halls on either side of him. You could get through either way, but keep in mind where your feet step. Maw is a dangerous place, and Soul's pride and her advocates are on the alert. Excuse me. Where is Ornos? Good question. Bear's out hunting right now, but he'll return soon. He's never gone for long. Goodbye. Let's check out the rest of this place first. What's your deal?
Come to see the great Oernos, Estremor? He's out for a hunt, but he'll be back. Unlike that lioness, he doesn't stay cooped up in here for long.
Why can't Ornos go and fight the lioness?
Because she holes up at the back of the maw, surrounded by her pride and the natural hazards of this place. It's not the proper way to meet a challenger. She's got to come out and face Oernos to keep her claim. Anyway, her prime is past. Putting that old beast down would be a mercy at this point.
What are you doing here?
We wait for the big confrontation, but the wait grows exhausting. While Sul hides in the back of the maw, Oernos is denied his victory, and we're all denied the champion we deserve.
I could take care of Soul. His callous thumb makes a scraping noise against the blade of his axe. I hate to spoil the tradition of a big showdown, but if she retreats from her fight, then there's no point in waiting. Kill her, and I'll be proof enough that she's not a fit champion. Goodbye. Not saying I actually will or not, I'm just saying I could. Alwa hasn't returned yet, that's why. Larha.
Estremor?
An Orlan woman stands ankle deep in the sand, sharpening a spearhead. Another wanderer from the frozen lands. She points the flint spearhead at you. Bethel may be wide-eyed and soft-headed, but I'm not so easily fooled by you, Estremor. I've got my eye on you. Have other foreigners come this way recently? Glamfallen, worshippers of Rimgrand, they claim. Simply looters and defilers by another name, that's the truth. Spearhead flashes as she shakes it at the door. They disappeared behind the doors of Noonfrost, and now our lake turns to ice and the cold creeps ever closer. She digs a trench in the sand with one bare foot. Yet Bethel is timid, and she has convinced the other Animfatha that we must respect these Estremor and their traditions, no matter what mischief guides their hands. She raises her head, slowly looking back towards the entrance. Bethel is looking out for Twin Elms in her own way. Soft words accomplish little, yet they fill the mouths of Estremor. I sent my own sister, one of my finest scouts, to sniff out the Pale Elves' corruption. I was certain an Amphatha could not ignore the defilement in Noonfrost once Alwa's own eyes had seen it, but she still hasn't returned. She looks away. Now I bear the responsibility for her fate. I can't send the Fangs after her without openly defying the Amphatha. One of these days I'll get that word. What are you doing here? My stocks equip my brethren in the fangs, and my hands train them to fight, hunt, and track with skill. What purpose brings you here? Tell me about the Maw. An ancient place of beasts in danger. As followers of the Clever Hound, we assemble and train here as hunters, warriors, and defenders of the Builder's sacred places. Chaos pervades the Maw, and more than ever due to a stalemate between the beasts, she shakes her head. But this one refuses to intervene, and many itch to settle the matter of her blood. I could look for Alwa. She gives you a guarded look. I don't dare to hope. Whatever catastrophe has befallen Noonfrost does not feel like the work of Kith. But nothing could bring me greater joy than seeing her again. She glances at the sand and frowns. I would take any assistance you could give. Goodbye. We can do that. We're helpful. The second R is silent. Okay. That's a good clue then. So it would be Rimgand then. Which is easier to pronounce. Rimgand. Rimgand, I can do that. Do you think, much as I hate to, I'm going to save it. Stop for today.